Carrier asks, why should we care about making the world a better place? And he argues that that's because it's more satisfying to us. And he argues that the reason for all of our desires are that they're satisfying for us. Now, I don't see why you need to say that. If I desire something, that is the thing I want. That's the thing I value it. I might value it, I might desire it because, of how I was raised or various other factors. And it might satisfy me. But I think you could ask the same thing about satisfaction. You could say, just like you could say, why do you desire that? You could say, why do you want to be satisfied? I think at root level, you have to look at what has value. And what has value are the things that I desire. Now, you can define the sum total of everything that I desire as satisfaction. But then I don't think it makes sense to say that there's a single thing we value above all else. You'd just be saying, hey, there's a lot of different things that we value. And I don't think Dr. Carrier adequately addressed my example of the scientist. If a scientist has good motivations, he can still lead a bad life. Now, my point there was that we value lives not just based on how satisfying they are to us. In both cases, whether he made a real discovery that was unrecognized or got the recognition without the real discovery, in either case, he had good goals in mind. He was trying to lead a good life, but those two lives are not equally valuable to us. And I would value the life of the real discovery over the fake one. Now, Dr. Carrier says that he is not arguing that if we were truly rational, we'd be angels. But what does he mean by rational? As I explained in my speech, I see rational as acting in accordance with your reasons for action. And I think desires are the only reasons for action that exist. So it seems like he's saying that if we were fully informed and rational, the only things we desire would be those that were good. And I don't think that's the case. I think we can be informed. We can understand the world and still be evil. And I think until you try to change desires for the better, you're not going to reach some people. Even if you made someone fully informed and you made them rational, they wouldn't necessarily act morally. Now, I also think there's one other problem with Dr. Carrier's view. He's making the assumption that things that fulfill our desires are moral. Now, I wonder whether he's just defining it this way or whether he would adapt his definition of morality based on the evidence. For example, if we discover that the desire to rape made the individual happier, but made everyone else in society better off, by Dr. Carrier's articulated argument, that would mean that rape is moral. And I don't think that's true. Now, my question is, would he then say that his theory of morality is wrong and it turns out there's not morality? Or would he say that it's not just based on what is good for the individual? You need to take into account everyone's desires and everyone's values.